Hey fellow space explorers, it's Angry Turtle and today I have for you a guide how to set up experience farm with spiders to get up to 100k experience per hour, which is insane. That's really a lot of experience. And I know I'm not the fastest with all this outpost stuff, as I was busy with ships, but finally I did it. I'm not saying I invented that, as that was an idea from the chat on my live stream, so some other people invented that and helped me out to put it together, as yeah, it's complicated when you don't know what you are doing. That's why I'm making this guide. So, what are the requirements? How you do it, step by step, so everyone can follow. First, there are required perks, and by that I mean skills from the science tree. What is required, unfortunately, quite a lot, as you need 1 rank in zoology, you need 1 rank in planetary habitation. So as you can see, those two, you will need to have some science tree filled up. But if you already have something in your science tree, it's not too bad, and those points will return themselves really quickly when you start farming experience with this method. I think first 10 minutes will give you those 2 perk points, skill points, back straight up. And oh, I almost forgot, and you need outpost engineering, so 3. Zoology, outpost engineering, and planetary habitation. All of those rank 1 is required. After that, you need to have 1 research done on a research lab station. You will find it under outpost development, and it's called domestication. So you need domestication to be able to set those animals at your outpost. So 1 rank of that. You can see resources required in here, a lot of aluminum, and you will need even more aluminum. Now the resources required to set all this up are quite high. If you want to really scale it up, as I did, you will need 30 habitats. For that, it will require 90 sealant, 570 aluminum, 150 iron, and 90 copper. A little bit less if you already have some reactive gauges and adaptive frames, otherwise you will be crafting them. If you don't have those resources, very easy way to obtain them is just buying from Alpha Centauri, Jamison Planet, yes, of course, the first city. We are going back to Commercial District in New Atlantis. And from the fast travel spawn point, you just basically run straight a little bit to the right from the park. And, I mean park, the lake or whatever it is, the pond. Distribution center for UC. And here you can purchase those resources from when. And this place, why I'm choosing this place. After you buy, you can sit here and wait. And because Jamison time goes twice as fast than anywhere else, if you wait for 24 local hours, it's 50 hours UT, so the vendor will reset and you can buy all the required resources all over again. Now the location for the spider farm. It needs to be in this specific system. It needs to be Pyrrhus system, and it's on the moon of Pyrrhus 8. Its moon is Pyrrhus 8A. You will be setting it up here. As you can see, I have it set up, and you will be setting 2 outposts relatively close to each other, so you can fast travel between them. And before you can set those outposts, you need to hunt spiders. So how you do that? You basically just land, and when you are landing somewhere on the planet, you are looking to land on the desert. So we are landing somewhere on the desert, and when you land somewhere on the desert, you will be walking around looking for those spiders. Keep in mind that those spiders in here are quite dangerous, poisonous, and really can bite, so be ready for that. And what you need to do when you find them, you either shoot 7 to 8 spiders, I think it is, or you need to scan them, whatever you prefer. You can kill them or scan them. Luckily, they are not dangerous later on in the camp when you are farming them. So they will be somewhere in between those rocks there is not much stuff happening on those deserts, but from time to time you will stumble across those spiders. You'll probably need to run a little bit, look around behind the rocks. They usually walk around in packs, so that's good. When you find one, you probably find a bunch. Oh, I see one. Not always easy to spot. Swarming stingback, those are the spiders. When you will be done with them, you will know when you open a scanner and it says 100% scanned, and on the bottom it says outpost production allowed. Very rarely creatures are allowed to be used at outpost production. They're not very aggressive if you don't shoot them, so if you are not high level, it's probably better to just scan them instead of shooting them. So hopefully they will not attack you. Need to scan 7 to 8. I don't remember exactly how many. After that, you will go back towards your ship wherever you landed. You can fast travel to your ship. Fast travel back to the landing area. Yes. Now, why are we going back to the landing area? As you notice, wherever your ship lands, it's a nice flat area. It's just creating this area. The problem is the ship is standing on this area, so how do you fix that? Basically, when you place your outpost spot, so you open the scanner to place outpost, it's R for me to place an outpost. So I'm placing an outpost. I will place it a little bit to the side from the ship so it doesn't go in the way. So I place it in here. Now, since outpost is placed, how you get rid of the ship that is parked at your outpost? Basically what you do, you need to fast travel somewhere away. I have more other outposts, so I can fast travel to those, or you fast travel to any other landing zone on the planet, or just go back to orbit and like land back. So I fast travel to my other outpost and I fast travel back to this outpost. Now I'm going back to the outpost. And as you can see, I fast travel back and ship is no longer here. It's parked over there now. Whenever you do your outpost, fast travel away and back into the outpost, the ship will be moved outside of the building area. So now you are basically setting it up. So you open the build menu. I prefer to change the view to have like a top view, even though the camera is a little bit wonky and weather like breakdown, so it's less visible. Switch the build mode on, and under builders tab you will see animal husbandry, and that's the thing you need to build. I do recommend to set it up on the flat ground in the circle, as you see in my other camps, as flat as possible area. It just makes spider farming easier. I will show you a finished layout on my other spot, and then I will demonstrate how effective the farming in there is. As well, I do recommend build one bed, so then you can get your experience bonus from sleeping, and possibly one workbench or two if you need to occasionally use them, or for the building purposes, place some workbenches so you can craft those reactive gauges and adaptive frames that, as you can see, I currently do not have anymore, as I spent all my resources building those farm areas. When we are looking on this build tab, it says that it needs power and stuff like that. You don't need it. For this item to produce spiders for you, all you need is place this item. Doesn't need to be plugged into power or anything else. Nothing else is needed, just this particular item. And after you set one of those outposts, you should fit at least 15 of those animal husbandry inside, in a circle, and maybe some inside. Then you move a little bit to the side on the moon and place another outpost. You need 2 outposts, each with 15 husbandries, to optimize farming. And here is why. Let me start farming and show you the layouts and how it works. And that's the layout of an outpost you are going for around the area that normally ship lands. I actually should fit 2 more animal husbandries, but I ran out of resources and I was like, yeah, that's good enough. 2 missing, that's fine. Now let me show you how fast you will level up. So we basically go and shoot those spiders. They do not attack back. And look what's happening with the experience in here. You just pop all those spiders already leveled up. And there is a reason we have 2 of those animal husbandry farms on the same moon to maximize the experience gain. You need 2, as you will notice when I'm going like that, there will be a lot of dead spiders around this place, and the place is being cluttered with those dead spiders really fast. And at some point, when there are dead spiders on every doorstep, you are like, okay, which am I shooting? There is too many spiders, and that can cause problems. Of course, you do need weapon with high damage output, but you can even go bloodied, as you know, those spiders do not strike back, so that's an easy prey, and your resources will definitely pay themselves off, especially that resources from vendors are really cheap. You don't spend a lot on the resources. And look at that. If you don't believe me that there is a lot of quick experience, like, I shoot all the time. The biggest slowdown I could get even more experience is the reload time. If I would not need to reload all the time, I could get even more experience from those spiders. I just need to figure out which ones are alive and shoot them all. And when I'm done with this particular farm, I'm just moving to the next one that is built on the same planet, and then I move back and forth. So basically, because there are 2 farms and you can shoot, so when you are moving from one to another, some of the dead spiders will have time to like clean themselves out from the outpost. Not all of them, there is always somebody left. Some dead spider bodies, I mean. But even though there are some left, most of them will be cleaned out, so you can go like that. And I'm not low level by no means, and you can see how fast my experience is going. And when to move to the next outpost, you will notice that you are looking longer for a spider, then it's time to move to the next outpost. As long as you can just pop spider after spider, then you don't need to move anywhere. You continue with those spiders until there is no more spiders moving around. And they keep respawning all the time, so the 30 animal husbandry seems to be the number that allows you to basically run and keep popping spiders continuously between those 2 farms. You don't need to do any breaks, go away, do anything else. It will be self-sufficient. Now I'm level 79. As I'm talking here, I already leveled up twice, so you can see how it works. And I still have plenty in here, but I will show you. I will now jump. That's how you do it. Jump to the next outpost that is a nearby. In one of those outposts, I have a bed as well, so I can keep buffing and skipping the night, because the night is a little bit worse for farming. And you can see, I mean, here there are still some dead spiders. They never clear themselves completely, but there is plentiful of alive spiders now on this outpost that I can start popping whenever I run out of spiders in other one. So it's like continuous farm for a long time. I don't even know if there will be a time when those dead spiders accumulate or break the system somehow, but if that even happened, you will be far into high levels, or you run out of ammo. That's additional issue that happening to me. I had 1000 ammo when I set up this farm, and now I'm down to like 200. But experience is there. You are basically popping up around 100k experience per 1 hour of running around. I didn't even run around for 1 hour here. I would be even higher level if I did. I started from level 60. I don't know how long it took me now. It's over 5k per level up, but now what, I'm like level 80? What level am I? Let me check. I'm level 79, so 19 levels in like no time at all. 19 levels, no time at all. And you don't need to worry about environment here. There's some affliction can happen to your characters. That's not a very friendly planet, but nothing serious. At least I didn't notice that anything serious will happen. So nothing to worry about. Let me know what you think about the spider farm. I was so excited. I was so excited when I finally was able to put it together and it worked. So I'm super hyped up about getting a very high level on this character, getting all those perks in order. that I want to test. And that's a legitimate way of getting experience. You could try to farm it somewhere else and do other stuff, and I was doing it for a long time, but if you want fast, there is no other way that will be so fast as that. That's absolutely the fastest. All the spiders, everywhere, every step, there's a spider to shoot. Just need to pay attention which ones seems to be a little bit alive, and which ones do not really seem to be alive. That's the only trick. After there is a lot of dead ones, you need to figure out which ones are moving. I'm pretty sure you are moving. Oh, you are shaking the bomb a little bit, so I know you are alive. You have some white stuff underneath you, like a dust from your legs, so you are alive. Yep, you are alive, Dusty. There is a bunch of them walking. Pop them up. And the experience is popping up like couple shots, 1k. 132 per spider. 132 experience, single spider. Perfect. And I finish it when I get this last level. Do I have it? Almost. Pop the spider left and right. There we go, level 80. So during this showcase, I did couple levels, so I mean 3 level ups, so you know I'm not lying. It's not a scam. It's a real method of getting your experience up, and it works. You do need to set up those 2 outposts, not 1. I tried with 1 and the dead bodies accumulate too much. Being able to jump between 2, it's a huge improvement versus doing just 1. The price is slightly higher, but worth it. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So have fun with your spiders, everyone. Turtle out.